Not at first. Fortunately, I've met with people who are carers, and knowing other carers, it's made me realise that I am doing something slightly more than an average wife. But I enjoy doing that. I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm the best person to look after my husband. You know, I know him. We've been married for 44 years. So, you know, that's just recently, the last sort of 6 or 7 years, that I thought perhaps I was doing something slightly different. But other than that, I was just being a good wife, looking after my poorly husband. My caring role has changed my life. There are lots of things that it's impossible to do. Because I'm a sole carer, I do everything for my husband. It doesn't have to be that way. I could have help, more help in if I wanted it, but it obviously has changed my life. In the respect that I can't just plan anything, because in the nature of my husband's illness, he has multiple sclerosis. He can be really poorly one day and a little better another day. And plus the fact it's the planning of bringing people in to do the role that I do if I'm not there. I've received support from the Derbyshire carers. I know that they're at the end of a phone call for me if I need any advice in any area at all. I have used them for support, and yes, I like to think that they're there. They're an extended family, really. I found the support that was available to me was when Doug came out of hospital about 6 or 7 years ago. At that point, I didn't know that the Derbyshire carers existed, and someone said to me, you know, you really should get in touch with them because they can offer you such a lot in various areas. So I got in touch with them, and they came up and they, you know, sort of let me know that they would be a support for me if I ever needed them. And I've used them once when I had a meeting at the hospital. Someone came to support me with a complaint that I'd put in with some treatment my husband was getting, and it was nice to know that I'd got that support. Had I not been introduced to the Derbyshire carers, I would have gone there on my own, you know, so that helped me, and I was pleased about that. The support that I've received from the Derbyshire carers while I've been caring has been, well, it's been invaluable really. The main support is to know that they're there. That's the main thing, is to know somebody, you're not alone on this journey, that you're travelling as a carer. I've had support, advice given to me. They've come and done a contingency plan, which is wonderful for me, because if ever I become poorly, I know that Doug's cared for. They've come and offered breaks, you know, for sort of pamper days and things that are useful, because you get yourself into quite a rut really, and you don't notice that you're doing that, you know. But I just like to think that they're there and that I can lift the phone if I need anything, and a friendly voice will support me, you know. So I'm pleased about that. I hope in the future as a carer that I can carry on to look after Doug in the way that I do on my own. There's a lot of help that I can have in to do some of the chores that I do, but while I'm well and healthy, I like to do them myself. It sounds a bit, well, sort of ungrateful, but I don't like intrusion. I like to get up at the time I want to and do whatever Doug's needs may be throughout the day. You know, if we don't want to do one of the things like sort of a wash or something, you know, we can choose what time we do it and we're not waiting in. So I just hope that I'm well enough to carry on what I'm doing, because we're quite happy. We've been married for 44 years, so we pretty much know one another. I would definitely recommend Derbyshire carers I did so the other day with a neighbour who's struggling at the moment, and I said, what you need is the Derbyshire carers. They'll give you that support and you'll feel very confident in your caring, that there's somebody there to help you in whatever area you need. So yes, I definitely would.